Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. It is Tuesday, so happy Tuesday, everybody. I hope you are doing well. I'm popping on to pull us a Divine Feminine Oracle. Divine Feminine, I can feel that there's a whole lot of, I don't know, there's whirling bullshit around you, but yeah, you're protected. But somebody's certainly been trying to talk bullshit about your name. So we're going to pull you a card, Divine Feminine. You know, there's people out there with some serious healing to do. You know, they don't half judge you by their own standards. But hey ho, you're not getting swept up in this. I see that divine protection was swirling around you. Your holy angels went and kind of put the fire out before it involved you. Which was rather lucky. Divine Feminine. It's just as well you're staying in your own lane. The people around you are trying to catch up somehow. But they ain't half getting themselves twisted. It's about time we got you a message. Okay. Let's pull some cards. Divine Feminine. Well, here you are. You are indeed the Red Goddess. Okay. Playfulness is a spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. Yeah. This is you. You have a very playful nature. That is your spiritual power. Perhaps you're quite light-hearted. You know, you see the light in things. Yeah. You absolutely do. That's you. That's your nature. You are indeed playful. You're young at heart, Divine Feminine. Okay, and you do like to play. Isis, the goddess of magic. Sexual energy is sacred. Yeah. Sexual energy is sacred. That's what makes you Divine Feminine. My pleasure is a prayer that brings me back to life. Your sexual energy is sacred. You don't just go and give it away to any old fucking drunk. People like to judge you by their standards. You see, this Divine Feminine's been rising up. In fact, you've risen up several times. I feel as though I don't know why, but there's been 7 ascensions. I don't know what that is all about, but that's what Spirit is telling me. You've already been through 7 whole ascensions to get to where you are right now. There's been a whole lot of healing done already. There's already been 7 sevens. 7-year cycles that you've already been through. You've already been through 7 ascensions. You like to play, but you don't need to. You don't need a partner to play. Okay, wow, that's your message today. Let's take a look at the underlying energy. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Wow. Well, what was I saying? So you stand in your own lane. Sarah Le Callie, Queen of the Outsiders. Yeah. You don't need to be in there with everybody else. You're the Queen of the Outsiders. I have arrived. I am where I will always be. In love. That's just your nature. Top of the deck. That is indeed your nature, because you have an internal flame glowing bright within you. It burns bright each day, each and every day, because you are indeed the goddess of the eternal flame. Nobody can take that away from you. The patroness of impossible causes, Rita of Caskia. I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. Just by existing, I feel as though you are, what is it, breaking the threshold of what? Or leading the way to new existence. Okay. There's something about, or you walking this new path that has to lead the way for others. But you just naturally walk that way. It's just part of your nature. It is indeed just who you are, Divine Feminine. Let's get you some messages. So beginning with Sarah LaCallie, Queen of the Outsiders. I have arrived. I am where I will always be, in love. Sarah LaCallie is the symbol of the love that endures, the love that never dies. That is indeed the love within you, Divine Feminine, that never dies. The flame that never ceases to burn. Okay, let's read. Let's read on. There are three main legends that surround Saint Sarah. First, she is known as a charitable noblewoman who collected alms for the poor in Santes Maries de la Mer in the south of France at the beginning of the 1st century. We know that's probably a total mess up of pronunciation, but that's what makes it fun. She had a vision that the female saints who were present at Jesus' death would arrive on their shores. And when they did, around the year 42, Saint Sarah was the first to lovingly welcome them with open arms. The legend, the golden legend from the 13th century, says that Saint Sarah arrived with the three Marys, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, and Mary of Bethany, as one of their slaves. She was said to be an Egyptian, very beautiful and endowed with healing powers. The third legend is that Saint Sarah is the daughter of Mary Magdalene and Jesus Christ. During the persecution of the early Christians, it is believed that Mary Magdalene fled with young Sarah. There's something calling me to pause. There is indeed. There's something calling me to pause and to skip through. let's continue to where I'm being guided to. Okay, where am I going? Okay, Saint Sarah is known as the Queen of the Outsiders. She is the beloved patron saint of the Romani people. She is carried from her crypt in the cathedral to the sea on horseback every May the 24th by thousands of Romani who gather annually to celebrate her. Okay, so Saint Sarah represents the spiritual tenets of the Camargue cross, faith and hope, but above all, love. Okay, marvellous. No matter who you are or where you are, Saint Sarah's love is the kind that reaches you. There's nothing you need to perfect or prove. There's nothing you need to wait to become. There's only the deep abiding truth that love is not outside of you. You are never an outsider to love. You are love. Saint Sarah is the ultimate love card, the one that whispers what you've always known, that love is our true purpose and our only true home. Love is where we will all arrive, no matter how persecuted, how lonely, how outcast we might feel, no matter how long it has been since we've felt loved. Saint Sarah is the healing that comes when we embody love again. She is here to welcome us back to the singular destination we actually never left. Home is only ever as far as we allow ourselves to be separate from the space of our own heart. You see, you have arrived at that place of love within yourself, divine feminine. And this is what makes you perhaps, yes, a true leader. Perhaps that is what is making you stand out from the crowd. But that is indeed one of your teachings to others. You teach self-love fiercely to others. What you allow will continue. Soul voice meditation. Enter the heart. Ask to experience love. True love. And let it fill you, head to soul. The intention. I have arrived. I am where I will always be. In love. You are indeed love, divine feminine. You are love, and you are indeed in love with love. Lalita, the red goddess, that's what makes you so playful. And that is your healing power. That is your spiritual power. Laughter leads me back to the light. Lalita represents the spontaneity that graces a heavy moment and reminds us that joy is a powerful spiritual practice. When your soul selects her card, Answers arrive from disengaging with the energy that created the problem or question to begin with. We so often hold tight to what we desire with a grip that actually inhibits it from arriving. And we often take the soul by the collar and demand to know an answer right now. But when a desire is an imperative, there's an ability to be playful, imaginative, and childlike with how and when that desire will arrive. The secret to desire is holding it lightly. The secret that the Red Goddess knows is that we already have everything we desire. So we can trust that what the soul craves is and always has been ours. This is the levity that sparks a shift, a change, an expansion. This is the moment that we remember we are not separate from what we desire or from the divine. Lalita is that brilliant moment in a fight between lovers or friends when suddenly someone mispronounces a word and both crack up laughing. She's the levity that comes when we loosen our death-like grip on what we think we desire. She's the gorgeous, much-needed reminder that we don't have to suffer our way to what we want most. The path to what we desire and to becoming the soul we need to be in order to receive it can be paved with joy, with divine play, and with a sacred process of lightening up all along the way. But perhaps not with matches. Isis, just with pure love. Isis. Let's find your last message. Or continued message. Okay. The sexual energy is sacred. My pleasure is a prayer that brings me back to life. Isis embodies the pure magic of devoted love. Isis is an ancient Egyptian goddess of love, fertility, resurrection, and magic. When your soul selects her card, the sexual energy that creates life can also be used to sustain it. It's significant that Isis brings Osiris back to life by making love to him. The metaphor is that by uniting life and death, body and soul, masculine and feminine, and heaven and earth, a rebirth or a resurrection occurs. The sexual energy that sex inspires exists within each of us all the time, latent and waiting to be utilized to create more life. Often, our own sexual energy and power is feared or left neglected and unacknowledged. It's a powerful, sacred life force that Isis wants us to integrate more fully. It doesn't require a partner to activate it. It only takes awareness that it exists and the remembering of our heart to our head, our body to our soul. It takes activating the energy of our root chakra and uniting it with the crown chakra just above our head. Isis is a call for us to allow our sexual sexual energy, our sexuality, to infuse and enhance all that we say and do. She is the sacred reminder that sex is holy. And what makes it holy isn't marriage, or a certain combination of male and female, or masculine and feminine. Sex is made sacred through presence, through our capacity to become fully embodied. Soul voice, meditation. What does sexual empowerment feel like to me? Intention. Sexual energy is sacred. My pleasure is a prayer that brings me back to life. Who are you, divine? You are fully embodied as a divine being. You are a fully fledged divine feminine at this time. So acknowledge your energy, divine feminine. And enjoy who you are. I'm leaving our message here. Night, night. I'm off to bed. No. Oh, no. I think oh my gosh. That sounded, well, TMI. No. I was actually tired. That's why I was going to go to bed. But now I'm just digging a hole and I understand that, well, maybe there's a calling. Night, night.